Hello again. We're back with 15 Minutes of Floor Guy. Today we have Mike Schaffer with FCI, which is Floor Coverings International. You guys are nationwide, correct?
Yes, we are. We're nearing 200 franchises nationwide.
Wow, that's great. Wanted to bring Mike on today to talk a little bit more about flooring itself, different types he and I will cover. Today we'll talk about laminate, but hopefully in the future he and I will touch on some other types of flooring and where they're best used.
Thank you much, Angela. Yes, my name is Mike Schaffer, and as Angela mentioned, the Floor Coverings International here outside of Philadelphia, and we handle all sorts of flooring, whether it be sanding and refinishing versus putting in brand new hardwoods, laminates, vinyls. Laminates have had a great invention introduced into the marketplace as a sort of a lower cost alternative to wood. The way laminate's actually developed, it's actually more durable. It's actually stronger and more resistant to scratches and dents than actual wood itself. But the flip side of it, with every pro, there's a con, right? So in the core of it, it's really cardboard. If there's any wetness that gets down to the core, you're gonna see expansion as water is prone to do. We would recommend not putting laminate in a bathroom or a kitchen, a room that might be prone to some spills, or a laundry room, for example.
We had an incident just personally in our basement where it flooded. We had laminate down there, and I got to see firsthand those seams peaking,
Yes, yeah.
It's cupping, and it's like, what do you do? At that point, they don't recover.
However, it still has its place in a lot of other spots for folks that want that wood look and looking for something that's durable. Negatives about it relative to regular hardwood is that we do have an image that's printed on top of it. And so if you scratch that too deep, if you do have enough strength to actually scratch it, you wouldn't be able to oil out the scratches as you would with regular wood. But again, that's difficult to do. And for most folks that are looking for a wood look and have budget as a concern for them, it's certainly a very viable option.
And I'm glad you mentioned the scratches. We get calls a lot from our customers on, hey, I've scratched my floor. Maybe they were moving furniture, moving an appliance, kid rolling a car across, or a rock caught under a shoe. And they're like, how do I repair this? We now have a kit that's comprehensive for both wood and laminate. Comes with about 10 colors and a melting tool even, so that they can mix and try to match up. It's not gonna cover like the gray tones, which are very popular today, but it will cover the more traditional, darker, the natural wood tones. But that is a question we do get a lot with laminate, is how to repair scratches. Are there, aside from like gray, are there anything, other tones or colors that you're seeing that are coming along in the market here recently?
Things are going back to a little bit more of a natural look on the Paris runways, so to speak, of floor and fashioning these days, and wide planks. That's not necessarily the color, but folks want to see wider planks these days. And now, just to recap for folks, historically we had thinner planks of wood. The wider you get, the more durable that wood needs to be. It's going to be more prone to bending, and as boards expand and contract through the seasons, it's going to be tougher on them. Now with more improved engineering, we're able to make bigger boards, wider plank boards, and people are jumping at it these days for the most part.
Now, with that being said, when you're pricing a job and you're calculating how much square footage, do you ever suggest, depending on where they're installing it? Hey, maybe you want to leave an extra box in case.
Absolutely, Angela. And I think it's almost criminal not to ensure that when you walk away from someone's job that they don't have extra flooring there. I'll always make sure we always order at least 10% over on a job, just to make sure that we have enough for all the cuts we're going to make, and that also offers us to have an extra box or two. And always encourage folks to put it up in their attic or somewhere where, God forbid that something does happen, that they do have the perfect match for it.
Well, thank you for coming on with me today. If you want to tell the audience just kind of where they can find you.
Well, thank you so much, Angela. It's been a pleasure. Again, we're Floor Coverings International mainline, right out in the Western Philadelphia burbs, and we can go to mainline.floorcoveringsinternational.com.
All right. Thanks again, Mike. I appreciate it.